Assalamu alaikum, peace and blessings. Sister Yatira here, the First Lady of Far Money Network. It is day 2 of our Unity Call, studying the back page of the Final Call newspaper. As some of you may know, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan spoke the other day to us over the weekend. Actually, that was this Saturday on the 14th. And he, through all of the message, the word that he gave to us, he specifically had an ask for us. And that was to go over the back page of the Final Call newspaper. Well, he said get to it. So I don't want to say that didn't mean to actually read the paper itself and to go through what is in the Final Call newspaper. But he said get to the back page, right? So you get through the paper, read the articles in the paper, but study the back page in particular. So here's the back page of the Final Call newspaper. We're going to pull it up today because yesterday on day 1 we had some funny business as we were going over the definitions. But the intention of this call is to, and this stream here, is to answer that specific call of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan and to help us. I could have just done this on an individual level with just me and my family, but I really heard that. And because he asked us out loud and together, I was really moved and inspired to help us answer him. And I was really encouraged to help us be encouraged to move out on it and not to just hear him say it and say, man, that was nice and that was great, and then not do it, but to help us actually fulfill what he has asked us to do. And we don't know all of what's going to happen and what's going to come out of us going over it together. But I can already see a difference in the way that I'm thinking because I'm parsing words and we're going over, and that's causing discussions. On day 1, well, actually on Saturday when he gave it to us, myself, my children, and my sister, Khadija Muhammad, we were here and we read the entire back page together, and it sparked beautiful dialogue from the mouth of babes. My 8-year-old Kamalia had so much to share. And so just out of that obedience is the intention here of this call. So without further ado, these streams, I only intend for them to be 30 minutes because, again, he just asked us to carve out some time, just carve out a little bit of time that we can go over the words, go over the reading together, and he asked us, he said, get your pen, write it out, write down the definitions, define these words. And as we're showing and improving each day, it will get better. Ideas will come, suggestions will even come from you all, which is absolutely wanted. So we can make this as seamless and as beautiful as possible. So without further ado, let us start the screen share. Here we go. All right. And so now what we're going to do is zoom in. And this is what do I have? Okay, there's also aquí está en español. It's here in Spanish as well. También. All right, so that's beautiful to have. So yesterday we went over number 1. If you didn't complete the definitions, then take the time to finish the completions. We're on day 2, so we will go to number 2 here. We want justice. So we already defined we and want. We're going to go right into justice. And this is the quick solution that I came up to the problem that we had yesterday. Thank God for Steve Jobs, because this right here, I love it. So we're going to just zoom in. Let me see if I can zoom in. Will it let me zoom in on this? I might have to. So what then I will do, let me see. Is it big enough for you all to see? Let me come to the screen and see. I might have to do PowerPoints then. Well, that'll be the next thing. Again, we're learning and doing this, as we go along. But let us see. I can't zoom in. It won't let me zoom in here. But needless to say, on day 2, number 1 that we're writing down is the word justice. Right? And we want justice. So it's a thing. It's a noun. And number 1, just behavior or treatment. The quality of being fair and reasonable. The administration of the law or authority in maintaining this. So this looks like justice, the personification of justice, usually a blindfolded woman holding scales and a sword. So the first point, let me see how I wrote this today. Okay, so I like to write the part of speech as well to noun. And I'm going to write down a couple of for my notes. Just behavior or treatment. Or treatment. The quality of being fair and reasonable. The administration of the law or authority in maintaining this. Okay. And then I think I'll stop there. But this also has synonyms, which was, from the thesaurus. Let me write that first. Of the law or authority. In maintaining this. And then from our notes, we will be able to have powerful dialogue as we go into these words and definitions and understanding. I'm going to write some words here from the thesaurus. Fairness, justness, fair play, equity, let me see. Okay, impartiality, lack of bias, objectivity, ethics, honesty, righteousness. Wow. Ethics, morals, virtue, principle. All right. There's a lot that we can get from justice. We want justice. Okay, let's go to the next word in our definitions. Equal. Let me see, we don't have equal yet. We haven't touched over equal. So again, for those of you who are tuning in now, late for the first time, we are studying the back page of the Final Call newspaper. So you can go along with us, get your paper, your notepads, your pens out. We're only going to be here for 30 minutes or less. We just want to get through day 2 of parsing these words, and we will continue to build on a daily basis. So it's 22 days of studying. So let's get back to writing our words. So equal. And if you guys are in the comment section, let me know when I pop up the definition. Can you all see the definition? Because I can't come back to StreamYard to actually see it. When I come back to StreamYard, it goes away. So I don't know if it's popped up for y'all. But let me know. So word number 2 for today is equal. Equal. Part of speech is a adjective. An adjective is a describing word. I find myself, that's how I have to talk to myself in my head, because English wasn't my favorite subject. But just telling y'all about me learning. Okay, so it's an adjective and it means being the same in quantity, size, degree, or value. Okay, let's write that. Being the same in quantity, size, degree, or value. We want justice. Equal justice under the law. We want justice applied equally to all, regardless of creed or class or color. I think that's a beautiful one, if you ask me. Let's see more. of people having the same status, rights, or opportunities. Ding, 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 ding. So let's put that like so. It does something when you write it. We do a lot of Googling and searching and looking up words, maybe, but does something different when you're writing it yourself. So, of people having the same status, rights, or opportunities. Okay. Uniform in application or effect without discrimination on any grounds. Uniform in application or effect. My goodness. Have we been getting justice, equal justice under the law? I think not. So, this is what we're saying we want. Can we see now how this is not a religious program, but a universal program? Uniform in application or effect, without discrimination on any grounds. Evenly or fairly balanced. I'm enjoying myself. I hope y'all are too. Okay, and let's look at some synonyms. Two lines of equal length. Let me see. Oh, I guess the source is given them based on the definitions that we wrote down. Well, we wrote down on number 1. So let's look at number 1. Two lines of equal length. Fares were equal to a fortnight wages, equal, identical. The right to equal treatment before the law. I think number 3 is. Okay, so unbiased, impartial, fair, nonpartisan, just, even-handed, equitable, unprejudiced, unbigoted, non-discriminatory, free from discrimination, egalitarian, neutral, objective, disinterested, without fear or favor. Oof. Okay, so how do I write synonyms in parentheses? Okay. I like to have my notes neat. Okay, impartial. Unbiased, that's the first one. Fair-minded. Okay, just wanted to write down a few. How are we looking on time, family? All right, we're 14 minutes in. Y'all here with me? Sister Stephanie, oh, she's on here. She said, when I am defining words, I like to also look up etymology and see where words come from since English is so stolen. Sis, yes, that right there. Literally, I love conversations. So I had that thought. I was like, dang, do we want to go there on the stream? And I said, just for the sake of time, like I said, I'm really wanting to move these to Zooms, but for time's sake, because we can get on here and start talking, so much from the words that we're going into. But sis, I'm with you. I love that. And I started to add that part on here, but I said, let me just keep it simple, to get everybody, well, to help me get what I need to get from here. And then, we can dig into it more either on our own time or, I don't know, we you and I talk, so we may get together and build on it some more. But yeah, I love that. I absolutely love that with that. So thank you so much for sharing that, sis. Okay. And also, how do you look up words? Like, you're somebody who I would probably need, how do you, when you are defining words, What source do you use? Are you cross-referencing a multiple books or websites? Um, just stuff like that. Okay, so that was equal. We did justice today. We're gonna do under. Under. Look up under. Thank you. So that's word number 3 for day 2. Under. Okay, so it can be a preposition. Oh, this is not a prefix. This is either under the extending or directly below. It's a preposition. It's not a prefix in this sentence. Preposition. Okay, extending or directly below, under the law. Below something covering or protecting, at a lower level than, behind a physical surface, behind or hidden behind, lower in grade or rank than, lower than, specified amount, rate, norm, or average, controlled, managed, or governed by. This one, that's the one. The country is now under martial law, or I was under his spell. So equal justice under the law. Equal justice controlled by the law, managed by the law, or governed by the law. Let's see if there's anything else. Undergoing a process. Under the law, planted with. So extending or directly below something, underwater, adjective. Okay, so I'm going to go with that one, which is number 4. And that one says controlled, managed, or governed by. I'm telling you, you art majors, help a sister out, because my husband is good with this kind of stuff too. He has a very, I don't know what you would call it, both high vocabulary and high understanding on these things, so sometimes I'm like, which definition does this go? And, he is a very intelligent man. So praise be to Allah. Okay, controlled, managed, or governed by. During a specific time period, as a reaction to or undergoing the pressure of something. Now, as provided for the rules of. Okay, that sounds good too. As provided for by the rules of, in accordance with the law. Flour supplied under contract. I like that one. I'm going to write that one down too. As provided for by the rules of. It seems to make sense to me. Provided for by the rules of. In accordance with. And I apologize for coming on so late. I do intend to have these earlier in the day, but husband and everybody, it's just so much was going on today. I'm not going to, bore you with all my life details, but I just definitely wanted to still have it like this is a daily. I intend for this to be daily for these first 22 days. Whatever we do beyond that, praise be to Allah. But I definitely want to myself. I want to answer the call of the minister myself. And I don't want to be alone. And I also want to encourage, because sometimes I need encouragement. And so if I need encouragement, then somebody else needs encouragement. So why not we encourage each other? Okay. So if this is useful to you all, let a sister know, don't hold back. Don't hold back. Okay. The is next. Okay. We haven't defined the yet. Oof, I know there's so much with the. Wow. The. Determiner. That's word number 4. The. That is a part of speech. Determiner. Wow. Denoting one or more people or things already mentioned or assumed to be common knowledge. Let me hear that and send. What's the matter? Okay, call the doctor. The phone rang. Used to refer to a person, place, or thing that is unique. Okay. Denoting, not with a unit of time. No. Used instead of possessive to refer to someone with whom the speaker or person addressed is associated. No. Used before the surname. No. Used to point forward to a following, qualifying, or defining clause or phrase. The fuss that he made of her. The top of a bus. I have done the best I could. Chiefly with rulers and families, wow, members with the same name. No, used to make a generalized reference to something rather than identifying a particular instant. Used with a singular noun to indicate that it represents a whole species or class. Okay. Used with an adjective under the law. Law is a noun to refer to the people who use with an adjective to refer to something in the class or quality to describe. They are trying to accomplish the impossible. Use with an adjective, but that's not an adjective of a particular thing. Enough of? I don't think that's right either. Woo, there's a lot of definitions for the. Use adverbally. Hold on, let me go back. I missed one. Pronounced stress. Oh, pronounced stressing the, used to indicate that someone or something is the best known. Okay. He was the hot young. Okay. Use verbally with comparatives to indicate how one amount or degree of something varies in relation to another. The more she thought about it, the more devastating it became. Usually all the used to emphasize the amount or degree to which something is affected. All right, help me out. I'm calling a friend, phoning a friend. Sister Stephanie. Okay, let's talk about it. She said, I use dictionary.com, Merriam Webster. I find that when you just use Google, it brings up something called Oxford languages. So I try to use all three and Google. Google.scholar, is that a thing? Gives you the source where they get the meaning from. So I like them too. Okay. I like the determinator. It's like telling you the word's meaning comes from whatever word is next. Right. Okay. And that's what I'm getting from reading the definition too, because it does say that um 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 I lost it. The last definition is he was like, use with an adjective, this is such and such so and so. And then he said seems the can be almost anything based on the other words in the sentence. So okay. So I don't really know what to write here for that. Thanks, sis. Let me go back and pull it up again. The denoting one or more people or things already mentioned or assumed to be common knowledge. What's the matter? Under the law, called the doctor. I kind of feel like it's that, right? But I'm going to have to find some more. And I think we also have things in our study books, like the restricted law of Islam, where words are already defined for us in there too. So I'm going to put a star next to the and see if I can find a better definition. But for now, I'm going to write the first one. Denoting one or more people or things already mentioned or assumed to be common knowledge. Already mentioned. Or assumed to be common knowledge. Ooh, all right. And then, let's just take a look at, is there a synonym? I don't think there's any kind of synonym for the word the. All right, let's look up law, which is word number 5 for today. And let me check the time. We don't want to go over 30 minutes. We're at 25 minutes. So we won't do that. Sunshine Reggae, talk to me. She said, I love studying the meaning of words. First, I believe that words most important because we were taught that words has two-edged sword. I resonate with that. The spirit within me gave me a new word. Oh, sis, help me with that one. Giandra? Don't make me look it up. I'm gonna have to now. Let me Google it. Giandra. What is that? Urban Dictionary is a beautiful woman who always has something sweet or positive to say. Wow. How do you pronounce it? Will it tell me? Let me see. I I've never heard of that. Is a great friend to have and is always sweet to the people she cares for. It is a lady who is funny. Okay, can be attractive if she wants to. Where'd you get that from, sis? I ain't never heard that one. I don't think I have, anyways. Oh, thank you so much. I'm a reflection of you, sis. Thank you so much for being on here with me and helping me out. I love that. So I know study buddies, maybe that's the point of this too. I can connect with study buddies because again, I need help in this area. This is not necessarily a strong point of mine, but definitely one that I would like it to be. So Sister Jennifer, yes, let us make sure that we stay connected so you can help me in my studies because I'm a student. I'm a student in the classroom. Okay, so let's look at the word law. This will be the last word that we look up together, but we still have, we want justice applied equally to all, regardless of creed or class or color. Okay, so law. Often the law, the system of rules which a particular country or community recognizes as regulating the actions of its members and which it may enforce by the imposition of penalties. Ooh, let's write that down. Law, noun. Often the law. The system of rules which a particular country or community recognizes as regulating the actions of its members and which it may enforce by the imposition of penalties. Uh-oh. Good thing I only scheduled this thing for 30 minutes. The baby wants me, and I'm done. Okay, so we got that, family, for now. Stopping there. Um, and I also, something else I like to do when defining words, got to define words within definitions. Is just part of studying. So with that being said, family, I thank you all for joining us today on day 2 of studying this Unity call, studying the back page of the Final Call newspaper. Again, if you want to start your subscription, text FCN to 813-531-5776 to become a subscriber, and my husband and I will make sure that you get your Final Call newspaper delivered to you weekly. And you can do this with your physical copy as well as online, which you can also get online, which what I was sharing is noi.org. And then once you're on the site, you can just click on news and info. And then the Muslim program is what you're looking for. And that's what's on the back page of the Final Call newspaper. So again, we look forward to you all next time. Tomorrow, sometime, we'll get it together. And shout out to my husband. Thank you, honey, for watching the children. But it's time for me to go and get the baby. Assalamu alaikum. Have a wonderful night. Peace and blessings.